Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Okay, this one here we're going to react to is Sentences Never Spoken by Humankind, and it is by emkay. This is a great channel where they read off a lot of Reddit stuff.
Nice, sterile atmosphere. Hypnotically Caucasian. The chocolate milk is strikingly overpriced, and at the same time very easy to steal. Another of God's little tests.
What?
Hold on. Hypnotically Caucasian is diabolical. Oh boy, it is 11:20 in the morning. Why is this significant? It's not. I have fooled you. Haha, I win. What are we doing today? Oh, it's brand new sentence. Group therapy? Oh, you mean Tragic the Gathering? Ooh. Ooh, that one's good.
Oh,
Bald
I like
men
that.
in Mozambique could be targets of ritual attacks, police have warned, after the recent killing of 5 men for their body parts. Some
What
people
the
believe
hell?
that the heads of bald men contain gold. See, gentlemen, my boys, bald is gold. Remember that. So you've got two choices, finasteride and minoxidil, or gold. Which one are you going with? A Michigan federal judge had to tell a grown lawyer to stop slapping a giant cartoon dragon wearing a snazzy suit on every page of his court filings. A lawsuit thrown out because lawyer's dragon logo is too cool.
What the hell? Honestly, that is a cool looking dragon. But he's a professional lawyer. Why is he using a cartoon dragon wearing a snazzy suit as a logo? The hell?
Cool. So, I like that. Hold on. Sorry. One detail that stands out to me is a Michigan federal judge had to tell a grown lawyer. Yeah, what's the alternative? Yeah, I had to tell the 12-year-old lawyer that he can't use his cool persona anymore. So, when we were discussing.
Wait, would a dragon be considered a furry, or what are the lizard-like ones considered? Because they don't have fur. What are they, scalies? Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Discussing the surgery I'd need for my sleep apnea, the surgeon told me I'd never be able to speak French properly because the French R is uvular, or a uvular sound, and I'd no longer have a uvula. That's okay. I'm not French. I don't speak French. I've always thought it was the weirdest thing for him to say. Huh, didn't know you could have French surgically removed. That is interesting, right? But I guess if that's the only side effect, like permanent, this is going to happen, just so you know, side effect, I guess it's good that he mentioned it, but it is still probably one of the funniest things that someone could mention to you when getting a surgery. That is awesome.
Well, make sure not to tell the French VTubers.
So in France, what do they do for sleep apnea? Do you just have to deal with it? Otherwise, you'll have to learn English? I don't know. Sobbing on the toilet because OpenAI deleted the model that told me how to wipe my ass. This is where it's going.
What?
All fetishes can be boiled down to express innermost vulnerability, to garner and abuse power, to be relieved of obligation, feet. Despite the embarrassment of both parties involved, armpits is feet.
What?
Oh my god. I know exactly. I get it. I see what you mean.
I think that one of the weirdest things people can be into is feet and armpits. The armpit thing I found to be mainly exclusive to the Japanese, which I think is very weird. I don't mean like 100% exclusive to the Japanese, but in a lot of the Japanese adult things that I've seen and read, they're oddly obsessed with the armpits in a sexual way, which I found very disturbing. And those who like feet, I just wonder what the hell's wrong with y'all.
I completely see what you mean. Both, obviously, Calvin's dad saying this, I don't know why, that's exactly how he would say it, for sure, and the statement itself, armpits is feet. You could just tweet that on its own, and so many people will 100% go, absolutely, I know what you're talking about. No, yeah, you're right. You are completely right. That's all there is to it. Who the hell decided rendezvous would be pronounced like that? Poor monolinguals. They can't seem to understand that other languages beside English exist. The hell did you just call me? She called you Mongolian. Dude, that word, I did not know it was rendezvous at all. I had no idea.
Rendezvous. Rendezvous. That's basically how it's spelled out. Rendezvous. Or rendezvous. But it's pronounced rendezvous. It is weird how some things are spelled. And then you hear how they're pronounced. And you look at the word. And you say to the person, how in the ever-living fuck is it spelled like that, but it's pronounced that? It is fucking confusing. And it's not just the English language. Every language has these things.
Yeah, so as a kid, I would read it as rendezvous. I didn't know what the f that was supposed to mean. The Travis Scott X... whatever Dubai chocolate Labubu matcha latte is reportedly in the works. This sentence would kill a Victorian child.
Okay, I don't understand the obsession with these fucking ugly ass demon children doll things. These Labubus. What is the obsession with these things? Beanie Babies, I can understand because they're at least cute and adorable. What the fuck is the obsession with these ugly furry things? I don't get it. They're about as creepy as the Furbies.
Well, I actually had a conversation with my Finnish friend today about this exact thing because she found, like, this chocolate, yeah, the Dubai Labubu chocolate with AI-generated art on the cover of them. And yeah, if you went back 20 years ago and said this to somebody, they would try to kill you. It's hot out. You know what that means? It's mailbox lasagna season. What? Assemble lasagna in a small pan. Use only fully cooked meat, place the lasagna in a mailbox, leave 4 to 8 hours to cook, return home, grab mail, grab dinner, enjoy your mailbox lasagna.
You know, I could see this actually working in places like Arizona or Texas because of how ungodly fucking hot those states can get. I can see this actually working in those states. But to come up with this, it seems like some sort of redneck shit.
What the fuck is going on? The most dangerous flightless bird in Australia is sitting under a beach umbrella stealing grapes.
It's a fucking cassowary. Why is there a cassowary under the fucking umbrella? You Australians, I swear to God.
Ah, the emu, right? That is an emu, isn't it? Those things are scary, man. Didn't they win a war?
No, that's the cassowary. You could tell by the fin on its head.
Are they the only non-human species to go to war and win? I mean, come on. Let's try and think for just a split second.
Well, technically, the birds didn't go to war with us. We went to war with them. Well, the humans went to war with them. And the emus won.
Second here. What creatures out there, if they decided to band together, would instantly win? I'm talking, we don't stand any chance in hell, right? I think one that freaked me out was if all the insects on Earth decided to join forces and come at us, there is no way we will win. There are trillions upon trillions of insects on Earth at any given.
I think there's like 1 million or so bugs to every person there is on the planet. The number of, just the sheer number of insects, both big and small, outweigh us like 1 million to 1, if not more. They could overwhelm us with ease, and we would have no way to stop it. Short of nuking the entire planet. Even then, we'd die.
Given moment here, let's look it up. How many insects are currently on Earth? Let's see. All right. That's kind of insane.
10 quintillion. That's the estimated number of insects alive at any given time in the world.
Never mind. I said trillions? I did say trillions, right? Okay, now according to Davidson College, I don't know if that's a viable source, but just according to this quick Google, 10 quintillion is the estimated number of insects alive at any given time in the world. They make up a whopping 80% of the world's known animal species. So, I think they would insta-win. We wouldn't even be able to pretend we could fight back if all the insects decided to rise up and kill us. Look, we lost a war to the emu. We're definitely losing a war to the six-legged sons of bitches, you know? My wife is a homemade salsa enthusiast. Inadequate hand washing led to a jalapeno job. Do not recommend. Does icing it really help in this case? I don't know, this seems a little performative, my dude. Every time I ask my husband to bring me something out of my purse, without a doubt, he'll bring me my whole purse. Why are purses so scary to men? I'm not digging through your mobile autistic doom pile for you.
I would, as a kid, I would dig through my mom's purse, but nowadays, if I had a girlfriend, or if one of my female family members asked me to go through their purse for something, I would just bring them their purse. Because that is like a never-ending black hole that has a strap on it. Anything that is put in there can get lost. I don't understand how you women are able to find anything in that mess you call a purse.
You get it. I'm in awe of people who directly ask others to do something. I start by apologizing for bothering them, ask if they'd mind if I ask a question, reassure that there's no rush. But when they have a chance, could they move their car because it's on my foot? Then I worry that I made them mad. Yeah, we do need to remember that I think more people appreciate
I end up doing this if it's, something that, could be an actual possible bother to somebody, or if it could interrupt their day, I will sort of do something like this.
being direct than we think, right? Genuinely, no one hates us for asking a question, okay? Why do rich people bathrooms have to be so spacious and echoey? I fart and it's bass boosted? Stop. There's a thing called toilets with threatening auras. I don't know. I think it's because rich people either have incredibly bad taste, and it's true, really bad taste, or...
Hang on. Wait a minute. I don't know if anyone else saw this, but look at this right here behind the lady. Is it just me, or can anyone else see a demonic, entity like silhouette here? I mean, like, here are the horns, here are the eyes, and the scary skull like demonic face, and here's him holding his arms out, and here's his chest. Am I crazy, or can anyone else actually see this?
And it's true, really bad taste, or no taste at all. So you end up with these empty houses, like completely empty. They're way bigger than what they need because coming into trillions of dollars makes you a selfish piece of shit, I get.
I never understood why rich people need to buy a mansion. I do not get that. It is a giant waste of space and an even more giant waste of fucking money. You don't need that much space. You don't need that big of a house. And you don't need that many fucking cars. You just need 1 or 2 cars, at least a 1 to 2 story house. If you're going to have a family, at least anywhere from a 3 to 5 bedroom house. And that's it. That's all you need. And, a garage to put your cars in. But that's all you need. You don't need this giant 5 million square foot mansion that is going to be a waste of fucking money and space that 90% of it you're never going to fucking use. I don't get why you need that big of a goddamn house unless you're going to house half the fucking town in it.
So you have way more room than you would ever need. And for some strange reason, that also includes your bathrooms, which has to include your half bathrooms, the ones that have no actual shower or tub or whatever inside of them. So it's just a toilet in a room that's bigger than most people's bedrooms here in the United States. And they don't decorate. They don't even know what the hell that means. So they've got these flat stone walls, and that's it. That's all it is, man. So of course...
Yeah. I mean, see, look. Can you not see that? It's a demonic being. Why is it? Why? What is this? Why is this necessary?
Man. So of course they're going to be incredibly reverb heavy. They just don't do it. Rich people suck. You know, at the end of the day, that's what I mean. Rich people suck. That's all there is to it. Bam. The beauty industry. For men, we've seen this 10 trillion times. It's true. It is true. Still, no.
Hang on. I need to comment this so other people can fucking see.
Stonewall. That's brilliant to it. Bam. The beauty industry. For men, we've seen this 10 trillion times. It's true. It is true.
For men, this can be used as a shampoo, body wash, face wash, lotion, mouthwash, toothpaste, engine degreaser, spackle, or sunscreen. For women, we've specially formulated this moisturizer for your left elbow. I use a 2-in-1 shampoo and just a body wash. I mean, that's all I really need. That's all men ever really use. There is a 3-in-1, but I don't really trust those. I just use a 2-in-1.
Still, no one has explained to me the facial moisturizer thing. Australian state rolls out machete disposal bins ahead of ban. Machete disposal bin? I get it, because it's machete. Whatever. No, but what? That's interesting. I did not know that Australia recently banned machetes. Okay. Seems really weird for a place like Australia, honestly. But, okay, sure. I asked cute little...
Also, one of them...
For a place like Australia, honestly. But...
one of them is... Actually, 2 of them would not be considered a machete. This is more like the size of a fucking combat knife or a survival knife. This is a fucking katana. It's either an actual katana or it's a wakizashi. I can't tell because I can't tell what the length is. The wakizashi, if I'm not mistaken, is shorter than the katana. But this is either a katana or a wakizashi. This is not... Maybe it's a machete. It's like a smaller one, but this is not a machete.
Okay, sure. I asked cute little old lady Sharon at work today what the 80s were like. And she said, I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you in the 70s, all we ate was LSD. And I had to stop because I saw Jesus Christ in my curtain one time, and I'm Jewish. Good Lord. I'm sorry. You lived through the 80s? You're the cute little old lady now? My mom lived through the 80s. She's not even 50, all right? What's going on here?
My mom and dad were born in my dad was born in 65, my mom was in 68. They're not even old yet. My dad is 60. I don't consider somebody old until they are able to start collecting Social Security, which here in the United States currently is at 67.
Robotic tail developed by researchers at Keio University in Japan, designed to improve human balance. Time to bring the fight to the squirrels. I tried evolution. I didn't like it. What the hell are we doing? Oh, is that Emo Phillips? That's great. Damn, he shows up in the weirdest places. Love the guy. Probably one of my favorite stand-up bits I've ever seen in person. My deepest, darkest fantasy is that I collapse on the street and I'm rushed to the hospital. They perform a bunch of tests and find out I'm severely deficient in some kind of vitamin. Then, I start taking the vitamin, and I become the happiest, cleverest person alive because all my problems were caused by this one deficiency. Moreover, everyone gathers around to be tremulously compassionate and discreetly admiring. All this time, you lacked the vitamin, and yet you persevered? Isn't it kind of funny that I find this incredibly relatable? Not the actual, like, silly fantasy part of it, but again, sorry, as a hypochondriac who's getting worse by the day, I do wish that. Every single time I go in and I insist on a blood test or whatever, that's what I'm hoping for. That every weird thing that happens to me that scares me is just because I'm not getting enough iron or something like that. That is the dream. Every time, because it will allow my anxiety to drop just a tiny bit. you know? Man is ordered to carry out 75 hours of unpaid work after he deliberately farted at police during a strip search and asked them, "How do you like that?" I'm gonna be real with you, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. 75 hours of community service because you farted. The Carolina Panthers have signed linebacker J.J. Aweaver, who has 6 fingers on his right hand, meaning with Jason Pierre-Paul currently unsigned, the average number of fingers for an NFL player is more than 10. Wait a minute. This is the 6-fingered man? We've been looking for him for a long time. There's a guy out there looking for JJ. He has been looking, right? On his right hand, 6 fingers. Anyway, sorry. Maybe you guys should go and watch The Princess Bride. I think it's about time for you to give it a rewatch. You haven't seen it? Well, now you don't have any excuses. I've been a Vikings fan all my life. I need a new team now. Do people understand that focusing on the one male cheerleader standing with 20 beautiful women cheerleaders is in fact gayer than actually being gay? Like, I am so sorry, Mr. Famous, totally successful actor Kevin Sorbo, but yeah, focusing on the one guy, that's more telling, because that's a lot of hot ladies right there that you are ignoring for this one strap.
Well, that's 4 hot ladies. The rest of them are children.
Young lad. I need a new team now. These people don't have real problems. Missing Texas woman, Cara Taylor, found living in lost African tribe in Scotland. A woman reported missing by her family in Texas has been found living amongst a lost African tribe in the Scottish woodlands. There's a lot I want to know about this. Are they still there? What the hell? He got her pregnant. Judy Hopps is carrying Nick Wilde's child. It's happening. It wasn't just a comic. It was the Dead Sea Scrolls. The comic was just a mere prediction. The prophecy is coming true. Can someone please explain to me why this is so wrong? We did a dragon-donkey hybrid, and it's a freaking cartoon movie. It's more concerning what the carnivores eat than a fox-rabbit baby.
Huh. Trying to picture what the combination would look like. Interesting.
What is happening here, and I'll bet at least $1 on this, is that they are undercover as a married couple to infiltrate some sort of whatever the hell. That's it. They're just undercover. That's it. I don't believe for 1 microsecond that Disney actually made Judy and Nick bang. That's just not, I'm sorry, it's just not where it's going. I hate to let you all down, but that is so not gonna happen.
I would not be surprised if it actually did happen. I will not be surprised.
Just going to continue to be a fandom thing, not a canon thing, all right? Okay, but you are right, though. We did do a dragon-donkey hybrid thing, and that continues to simply raise more questions.
That is just terrifying to look at.
Than it answers to this day, all right? How the hell did he do that? How did Donkey get that dragon pregnant? The logistics do not...
Wait, let's... Theory on how Donkey and Dragon procreated. This is NSFW, so... you have been warned. So this is my theory on how I think Donkey and Dragon procreated. The most reasonable theory would be to throw a hot dog down a hallway to visualize the logistics of how it might have happened. But what if? In Shrek 2, we see that when Shrek takes the fairy godmother's potion, he turns human. But so does Fiona, as she is he. I should say his, not he's. Grammatical error there. His true love, even though she did not drink the potion. However, Donkey also drinks the potion, so what if the dragon turned into a smaller version of herself, close to Donkey's size, and this is how they managed to do the deed? I know in the end of the movie, when the spell was broken, they all changed back, but what if it had a delayed response in Dragon, or perhaps Donkey found another potion and drank it? Honestly, that is very plausible. I can actually, yeah. Honestly, that is a very plausible theory. I can get behind that theory, honestly.
Makes sense. And how did he apparently do it multiple times, good God? Is it okay to use a deceased pet's name for my
You know, did they come out of an egg, or did she give birth to them as they are? That's what I'd like to know.
child? My mom road tested every one of her kids' names on pets before she had children. My predecessor was a goat. I just want to say, if you ever write an autobiography, My Predecessor Was a Goat is a great title. That is a fantastic title.
Yeah,
that's a book
pretty
I
good.
see on the shelf and actually have to buy. It's going to take me a year to get around to reading, but I have to buy it because I need to know your life story. What was your family dynamic like if everyone was an animal at one point in time? Not literally, but you see what I mean. Kurt Cobain's daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, and Tony Hawk's son, Riley Hawk, announced they have welcomed their first child together, a boy named Ronan Walker Cobain Hawk. Imagine Kurt Cobain and Tony Hawk are both your grandfathers. You're like the Son Goku of white people. Oh, man. Yeah, having Tony Hawk as a grandfather has got to be the most insane thing I've ever heard. I mean, yeah, having Kurt Cobain as a grandfather as well is insane. I know he's not around, but it would be wild to be like, yeah, he was my grandpa, I never got to meet him. But Tony Hawk, I mean, good lord, that dude's gonna be pulling a 900 when he's 92 years old, all right? That dude is crazy. One of our most illustrious white people. Guy at the grocery store launched into a speech about how the government tried to abduct him and turn him into a transsexual, then looked me over and said, "This may sound strange to a native transsexual," in a vaguely apologetic tone. Dude who thinks that the government is transing people but also recognizes that some people really are just trans is a fantastic character. Doorbell is overheating. I love living in the future. Isn't it so cool that everything sucks? The person, or this person, decided to paint the bottom of their pool red instead of blue. This is kind of fire. It is. It really is. Just
The thing is, would that have any effect on the water? Because I think doing it black would end up actually heating your pool, which is not good. And especially Vanta black, which would make it even worse. But does red do anything? Or is it just as fine as blue?
don't paint it black. Just don't do that. Trust me. Charlie Kirk makes the ovaries I no longer have want to spontaneously regenerate just so they can shrivel into raisins. Charlie Kirk is one of the most embarrassing fucking specimens I think I've ever seen in my life.
Charlie Kirk's unsolicited marriage advice to Taylor Swift is straight out of Handmaiden's Tale. Reject feminism, submit to your husband, Taylor. Charlie Kirk told Swift on his show before warning. Yeah, rest in peace, Charlie, but I did not know about this.
Genuinely mind-boggling how a guy that fucking evil and dumb can make it anywhere. It's amazing. My hat's off to you, you psychotic little fucking gremlin boy. Just wanted everyone to know that my son is roughly the size of an untrimmed brisket. I hope your son gets to see this picture someday. Dragon Fire Grill at Busch Gardens has reopened after a recent closure. Okay, so when it got shut down, there were like 1 million health code violations, but my favorite was the one that employees was stirring a vat of coleslaw with their arms, submerged in coleslaw 5 inches past gloves, just elbow deep in the slaw. Thank you, Jenny. What the hell is their problem? Clanker, the official slur for AI robots, has arrived. There's something that just feels so weird about that. Like, yeah, it was
You know, I kind of believe that this whole clanker thing came about because of Crony from HoloLive English saying that to Cece. I kind of believe that's where it all started. Is because of Crony calling Cece a clanker.
the fucking Star Wars thing, and then people started, I don't know, it just felt like some folks online started getting way too comfy with coming up with other robot slurs that mirror actual ones in the real world, thinking that they found a way to say the real thing without any sort of consequence. I don't know. Like, I know I'm thinking too much into it, I'm reading too much into it, but just, I don't know, people got way too fucking comfy. Not just using that word, but, again, making up a bunch of others that mirror real ones, thinking that that was going to make it okay. It's just weird. I don't like it. It's just kind of, no. Today I learned Charles Darwin married his first cousin with whom he had 10 children. 3 died as infants, and 3 were infertile. He was the first to raise the question if incest may cause weakness in offspring after studying inbred plants in his garden. Charles Darwin looking at his up tomatoes. Oh, shit, that me. This is the funniest comment I've read on a post. No, it's not. I'm the guy who invented the spike traps that pop out of temple walls. I hate my job. Every day my boss says, why haven't we killed any archaeologists? And I say, they haven't invented that yet. They pay me in tomb juice. I hate tomb juice. Honestly, I might just start working on my big boulder idea. A decade after losing her sight, a BC woman can see again through her tooth. Wait, hold on. Gail Lane was among Canada's first round of tooth-in-eye surgery patients. Calls it a success. What? A new surgery method that involves implanting a tooth into a patient's eye socket? I'm gonna look that up and figure that out on my own time. He can info dump so deep inside me, I'll have trivia running down my leg. Maybe I shouldn't have posted this. Too late. It's all in your head. Correct. Unfortunately, I am also in there. Mental illness is all in your head in the same way that prostate cancer is all in your ass. Having a boyfriend is so awesome. Like, there's just a guy in your house whose job it is to know where countries are and what exactly Watergate was. If that's the boyfriend's job, nope. I can't help you there. We're gonna sit down with a globe and we're gonna guess. We're gonna find that country, okay? And Watergate, I don't give a shit. Video of man with very distinctive bob cut dancing in wherever sends the internet wild. No, it didn't.
That is a very distinct bowl cut. His entire face just does not fit his body.
Why does every quote-unquote news outlet, I know this is Daily Mail, so they're complete dumpster shit, but why is it that every one of these outlets says the same damn thing now, whenever something even slightly gets shared around? I mean, like, it could get shared around exclusively in their office, and the article will have a headline like, Billy Bob Joe book goes mega viral and burns the internet alive with this random thing he did. I don't know who that is. Buoyant. The size of a lentil, and almost impossible to recover. How nurdles are polluting the oceans. Nurdles? I'm sorry, that one I am gonna research for just 2 seconds here. Let's see. The problem, the great nurdle hunt. Oh, pre-production plastic pellets. They're tiny plastic pellets that are universally used in the plastic industry for the manufacture of plastic products. Awesome. I thought it was some kind of invasive species. Well, I guess that is exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's not a species, but my God. We are really horrible creatures.
Right? I'm sorry, that just ruined my day. The first burial in a mushroom coffin in the US has just taken place. I can see what we're going for here, you know? It allows for people to have the ceremony of a burial and actually put someone in the ground, you know, say their goodbyes, so on and so forth, without the need for a giant wooden box inside of a giant concrete box that takes up valuable topsoil space that we're starting to run out of, right? Like actual, real topsoil that we can actually use to grow stuff. You know what I mean? I've always said, when I go, I'm being cremated, right? And then you can spread my ashes at Disneyland. Don't do that. You can throw them anywhere. I don't care. I'm going to be dead. This seems kind of interesting. It's a cool way of...
I think there are good ways for burial, like one, natural burial. Because either way, you know, we are basically biodegradable. We are good for the earth. 2, cremation. That way we don't take up any space or anything whatsoever, and it's a lot fucking cheaper. Or 3, there are interesting burials like this, or one where you can be buried in like a capsule-like thing, and a tree can grow out of you. So, yeah, being buried in a giant casket that has like TVs and DVD players in it and all this fluffy stuff inside that's pointless as all hell, and a giant waste of money. That stuff, I don't know, just shouldn't be done. The other things, though, that I said, yeah, do those.
Making sure everything biodegrades properly into the ground. Cool. I return to the earth from whence I came, you know? The coffin's gonna disappear, I'm gonna disappear. And that's all there is to it, you know what I mean? There was a famous case of a woman hearing voices telling her to go get a brain scan. Her psychiatrist pulled some strings to see if getting the scan would calm her down. Turned out she had a brain tumor. The voices went away after the tumor was removed. The tumor cured itself. I've never been to Las Vegas, but I love it
Interesting.
in concept because it sounds so made up. Imagine if you were reading a fantasy novel and they were like smack in the middle of a deadly, inhospitable desert. There's a glittering city of indulgence and lawlessness and cheap sin that has specifically engineered itself to obfuscate your sense of time and keep you there as long as possible while they take all of your valuables. You'd be like, yeah, that's some wizard shit. I want to be a conventionally attractive, wealthy, skinny cis woman so I can go on The Bachelor and make it all the way through the competition. And when the guy proposes to me, I just, like, leap towards him and close my teeth around his neck and bite as hard as I can. Just absolute animal brutality, like shaking his neck like a rag doll, growling, ripping, tearing, etc. And then before anyone can stop me, immediately run into traffic and die, so no one ever gets the chance to understand why that happened. I don't think you need to be a conventionally attractive, wealthy, skinny cis woman to be crazy. One disorienting thing about getting older that nobody tells you about is how weird it feels to get a really passionate, extremely wrong lecture from a much younger person about verifiable historical events you can personally remember pretty well. If you see a guy with long hair, he's either gorgeous or fucking weird, and the answer lies in what kind of shoes he's wearing.
This video is made for educational purposes.
Nice.
I don't. I'd say no. it's not really into what shoes he's wearing. Some people look good with long hair, some people don't. This is how it is. Oh, excuse me.
Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well, so please make sure to give that a look-see, see if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.